Hello, welcome to this session of mathematics. This is Math Academy _KE. You can follow on YouTube, you can follow on TikTok, even on Facebook. Search that Math Academy _KE, Math Academy Kenya. Now today we are going to look at paper 1 of Lainnaku. There is Lainnaku schools. They have a joint examination. It's normally done by Laikipia, there is Nyandarua and Nakuru counties. Laikipia, Nyandarua and Nakuru counties, they have a joint exam. So this exam was done end of second term. And we are going to look at paper 1, that is mathematics paper 1. Now, for every learner, it is good to understand the instructions that have been given in any paper. So, for mathematics paper, this one you are supposed to do all questions from section 1. Then you only choose 5 questions from section 2. Only choose 5. And you have to do everything on the question paper. So we are going to look at this paper step by step, and we are going to look at section 1 of this paper. Remember, it has section 1 and it has section 2. So for section 1, you have to answer all the questions. Then in section 2, choose the best 5. That is the 5 that you are comfortable with to do. So we are going to start with number 1 and see what did it entail. Now, number 1, they want us to find the value of A in this particular expression here, or in this particular equation here, given that the value of B is 0.2, the value of C is 4, and the value of D is 2. Now, for this particular question, I'll advise the learner to start by tackling the hand side of the equation. It means that we are going to tackle 1 over b squared. This one you divide with 1 over c squared, then plus 1 over d squared. Now, following the rules of body mass, we are supposed to start with the bracket first, then equate what is here. So this one means it is 1 over b squared. So that is 0.2 squared. So that is 0.2 squared. Then this one divided by what is under the bracket, inside the bracket, is 1 over c squared. That is 4 squared. And 4 squared, in this case, it is 16. Then plus 1 over d squared, so 1 over 2 squared. So 2 squared, in this case, it is 1 over 4. Now, when you add up, you'll have 1 over 0.2 squared becomes 0.04. Then this one is divided by, when you divide this one, you'll get 1 over 6 plus 1 over 4. When you add these two, you are going to use the addition method, whereby the LCM of 16 and 4 is 16. So 16 goes here 1, then 1 times 1 gives us 1, then plus 4 goes here 4 times, then 4 times 1 gives us 4. So if we move further, then this one is 1 over 0.04 divided by, in this particular case, divided by 5 over 16. Now, we go ahead. We are going to have 1 over 0.04, this one is just the same as 100 over 4. So it's like you are multiplying everywhere by 100. Multiply the denominator by 100, the numerator by 100. Then this one is divided by 5 over 16. Then multiplied by, remember it was being multiplied by 5. So, following the Bodmer's rule, division takes precedence. So if we prefer to do division first, so this one means it is 100 over 4 multiplied by the reciprocal, which is 16 over 5, then multiplied by 5. So in this particular case, 5 here 1, 5 here 1. If you cancel out, 4 here 1, 4 here 4. And this one gives the answer as 400. Now, the question wants us to find the value of A. So if we have to find the value of A, it means that 1 over A squared is equal to what you've done on the right hand side, which gives us 400. So it means that A squared is equal to 1 over 400. It is like the reciprocal. So taking the square root on both sides, then it gives us the value of A is equal to the square root of 1 over 400, which gives us 1 over 20. So the value of A in this particular case is 1 over 20. So that was question 1. Now let us look at question 2. Now question 2, you've been told that the length of a room is 4 meters longer than the width. So this means the room is a rectangle. So if this one is the length, this one is the width. So the length is 4 meters than the width. So we will assume that the width can be represented by letter K. So if the width is letter K, then it means that the length is going to be K plus 4, because they have said it is 4 meters longer than the width. So if it is 4 meters longer than the width, we can find the area now. So the area is going to be the length K plus 4 multiplied by the width K, and this one should give us the area, which is stated to be 32. Now if you expand this one, you'll have that K squared plus 4K is equivalent to 32. So if it is equal to 32, then we can take 32 to the left hand side. So you have that K squared plus 4K then minus 32 equals to 0. Now I look at this. This one is a quadratic equation. So since it is a quadratic equation, we can solve it using the several methods that we have. So here we are going to use the factorization method. So it means we are going to look for two numbers that if you add, you get 4, and if you multiply, you get negative 32. Two numbers that if you add, you get 4, if you multiply, you get negative 32. Now these numbers are negative 4 and 8. So we rewrite the quadratic equation in terms of these two factors. So you're going to have K squared minus 4K plus 8K is equivalent to then minus 32 is equals to 0. Now we are going to factor out the common factor. Common factor between K squared and minus 4K is K. So you'll have K minus 4. So you'll have K minus 4 also here. So what do you do to K to get 8K? You multiply it by positive 8. Then this one equals to 0. So when you factorize, you'll find the roots are K plus 8, then K minus 4, and this one gives us 0. So it means that the value of k plus 8 can be equal to 0, so k equals negative 8. Or the value of k minus 4 equals to 0, so k equals to 4, positive 4. So we are going to ignore the negative because we know the measurement cannot be negative. So it means that the value of k is equal to 4. Now, if k equals to 4, they want us to find the length. Remember, we said the length equals to what? K plus 4. So in this particular case, the length here is going to be k plus 4. And we found that k is 4, then plus 4, so it means that the value of the length is 8 centimeters in this particular case. 8 centimeters. Now, going ahead, we can look at question 3. Question 3. Now, this one is a regular polygon. The sum of its interior angles is 1260. So they want us to find the size of each exterior angle. Now, it's upon the learner to know that for any polygon, the sum of interior angles is given by the formula n minus 2 multiplied by 180, where n represents the number of sides. So in this case, the sum is 1260 is equals to n minus 2 multiplied by 180. So divide here by 180, divide here by 180, and you find that n minus 2 is going to be 1260 divided by 180. So if you divide that one by 180, basically you are going to get 7. Now, it means that these two will cross to the other side and find that the value of n is equal to 7 plus 2. So the number of sides here are going to be 9 sides. So this polygon is made up of 9 sides. So if it is made up of 9 sides, we can find the exterior angle. So how do we find the exterior angle? Now, exterior angle of any polygon is equal to 360 degrees divided by n. So in this case, it's going to be 360 degrees divided by n number of sides, so that we find that the size of each exterior angle is going to be 40 degrees. That is going to be the size of each exterior angle. Now, let us look at question 4 of the same exam. So what was question 4 entailing the learner to do? Now, you've been told that there is a salesman who earns a basic salary of 19,000. So 19,000 is earned whether he works or not. But on top of that, he earns a commission of 5% for every sales above 20,000, which means he sells anything below 20,000 or 20,000 and below, there is no extra amount he is going to earn. So he has to sell things above 20,000 for him to earn a certain commission, failure to which he will not sell. So in this particular scenario, we are going to find out how much was sold above 20,000, because he sold 115,000 total. So we are going to calculate the extra sales. That is the sales above. So the extra sales in this case is going to be 115,000 minus 20,000. So which means he sold above 95,000. So he's going to earn commission on this 95,000. That is the sales above 20,000. He's going to earn commission on that. Now, if he's going to earn commission on that, so how much commission was earned? So we are going to calculate commission. How much commission was earned on those sales? Commission is 5% of the sales that are above 95,000. And this one, if you punch in your calculator, you should get a commission of about 4,750. 4,750. It means that when it comes now to find the total sales, that is the total amount of earning. So the total earning, to find the total earning, we are going to take the basic salary, which is 19,000, plus the commission, which is 4,750. If you add this one, then the total amount the salesman was able to get was 23,750. 23,750. That was the total earning for that particular month. Now, going ahead, this one is the concept of converting recurring decimals to fractions. The concept of converting recurring decimals to fractions. Now, here you have been given 0.324. The 324 are recurring. So if the 324 are recurring, we can find the decimal, the fraction from which it was obtained. So in this particular case, we are going to equate this one to any letter of our choice. So you can say R is equal to 0.324 recurring. Now, we want to get rid of 324. This is 324 that is recurring. So how can we move this decimal point ahead to cover this 324? We are going to move 1, 2, 3. It's like you're going to multiply with 1,000. So 1,000 R is going to be equal to 324.324. This one is also still recurring. Now, at this particular juncture, we can subtract. So if you subtract, okay, this one is 1,000 R, not 100 R, 1,000 R. So if you subtract 1,000 R, subtract R, this one will get 999 R is equal to. Now, the decimal point part will cancel the decimal point part. So it means it is 324 minus 0. So this one gives us 324. Now, going ahead, we are going to divide both sides by 999. Also divide here by 999. Now, when you cancel out, you find that the value of R in this particular case is equivalent to, so you can put that in a calculator to simplify for you. You get it is 12 over 37. So this is the fraction from which the decimal point up here was obtained. That is 0.324 recurring. Now, next, it is the concept of equations of a straight line. Equations of a straight line. So the equations of a straight line, how do we tackle this? You've been told that there is a point X and there is a point Y. There is X and there is Y. And there are points on a straight line. So we can just try to sketch them. There is point X, then there is point Y. So if there are 2 points on a straight line, there is a perpendicular bisector to these 2 points. So perpendicular bisector means it passes at the center and it is perpendicular. So if it is passing at the center, we need to find the coordinates of the midpoint. We need to find the coordinates of the midpoint. Now, midpoint, we know that it is x1 plus x2 divided by 2 in that particular scenario. So, in this case, it's going to be 4 plus negative 3, which gives me 1 divided by 2, comma, negative 3 plus negative 2. Negative 3 plus negative 2. So that means negative 3 minus 2, which gives me negative 5 over 2. So our midpoint in this particular case becomes 0.5, comma, negative 2.5. So that is the midpoint here. That's where the perpendicular line is passing. Now, next, we need to find the gradient of this line xy. So how do you find the gradient? We'll call it m1. So the gradient of this line xy is going to be change in y. So it is going to be change in y, negative 2 minus change in y, 2 minus y1. So it's going to be plus 3. All of it over negative 3, negative 3 in this particular case, change in x, then minus 4. So you end up with 1 over negative 7. So it means that the gradient of 1, that is line 1, is going to be 1 over negative 7. Now, since this line xy is perpendicular to this, so we can use the concept of perpendicular lines. Now, using the concept of perpendicular lines, it means that m1 multiplied by m2 should give us negative 1. So, if this one is m1, that is 1 over negative 7, then it means m2 is going to be 7. So, the gradient of this perpendicular bisector is 7. So, since we found the gradient of the perpendicular bisector to be 7, we can now find the equation, whereby the equation is change in y, so it is y minus the midpoint where it is passing, so it is y minus 2.5, which becomes y plus 2.5 over x minus 0.5. This one should give us the gradient, which is 7. Now, after getting that the gradient is 7, we can cross multiply, and you find that y plus 2.5 is equal to 7x minus 3.5. Now, take 2.5 to the right hand side, and you find that y in this case is equals to 7x, as we have seen, 7x then gives us minus. So if this one comes, it becomes minus 2.5. So minus 3.5 minus 2.5 gives us what? Minus 6. So this one is our equation. But here they want the equation to be in the form of x over a plus y over b equals to 1. So in this case, if we rearrange this one, you'll end up with 7x at this particular place, 7x minus y is equal to 6. So divide here by 6, divide here by 6, then divide here by 6. And you find that this one is 7x over 6 minus y over 6 equals to 1. So we have expressed it in this form that is required. So it is upon us now to determine the x-intercept. So in this particular case, the y-intercept from our original equation here, it is negative 6. Then our x-intercept in this particular situation, when the find the value of x-intercept, it means that the value of y is 0, or this value of y is 0, and our x-intercept now in this particular case becomes 6 over 7. 6 over 7. So this question was supposed to earn you 4 marks. Now we are going ahead. We want to look at the next question. That is the question 7. Now for question 7, we are supposed to find, we have been given a figure. AC here, it is an arc of a circle. There is a sector that has been created, angle 60 degrees. There is the side BCD, there is the side AD of a triangle. So from here, you are supposed to calculate the area of triangle ADB. ADB, the area of a triangle. Now, if you are told to find the area of a triangle, like the ADB we have here, we have ADB. In between, there is an angle of 60 degrees. Then this side, it is 12 centimeters. This side, it is 7 centimeters. So there's no need to look for height here. It's upon you to know that the area of a triangle is a half multiplied by side A, which is 7, side B, which is 12, then the sine of the angle in between them, so the sine of 60 degrees. And this one gives us the angle of this one to be 36.37 square centimeters. 36.37 square centimeters. The area of the shaded region, this region that is shaded here. So we need to find the area of the unshaded region, then subtract from the area of the triangle, ADB. So we are going to look for the area of the unshaded region. Unshaded region. Now the unshaded region is a sector. So we're going to take theta, which is 60, over 360, multiply with pi r squared. So multiply by 22 over 7. The radius is 7 squared. So this unshaded region, it gives us 25.67 square centimeters. So what about now the shaded region? What about the shaded region? So for the shaded region, we are going to take the area of the whole triangle, which is 36.37, subtract the area of the unshaded region, which is 25.67. So when you subtract this one, you get the answer is 10. If you subtract 7 from 7, 6 from 13 gives us 7. 10.7 square centimeters. That is the area of the unshaded, the shaded region of this particular question. Now let us move to question 8. Question 8 is testing on trigonometry, the sine and cosine of complementary angles. It is testing on trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. So here, this cos, you take it to the right hand side. So you're going to have the sine of 2 theta minus 30 degrees is equal to the cosine of 4 theta. Now, we need to know that the sine and cos are only equal if these two angles are complementary. That means they add up to 90 degrees. So it means that if I take 2 theta minus 30, I add to 4 theta, I should get 90 degrees. So in this particular case, it means that 2 theta plus 4 theta gives me 6 theta. Then 30, take it to the other end, it becomes plus 30. So 6 theta equals to 120 degrees. Divide here by 6, divide here by 6, and you find that the value of theta is equal to 20 degrees. So we are supposed to find the value of theta without using a mathematical table or a calculator. Now, for question 9, we are going to do it in 2 parts. The first part, we are going to tackle the numerator. So, a look at the numerator, you have that xy squared minus 3yx squared minus xy plus 3x squared. These are 4 values that can be factorized. So looking at the first two values, what is common between x and x squared? It is x. What is common between y squared and y? It is y. So when you factor out xy in this particular place, xy, you remain with y. When you factor out xy here, you remain with 3x. Then minus, common here we have x. So you'll have x. So when you factor out x, here you remain with y. Then here, for us to get this positive, you have to have negative here. So negative gives us positive. So then here, after you factor out x, you remain with 3x. So it means we are going to factorize out as xy minus x, then into the bracket y minus 3x. Now next we look at the denominator. We look at the denominator. Now on the denominator, this one is like a quadratic equation. So we have the sum as -2, the product as -3. So this one is taken to be the sum, this one is taken to be the product. So 2 factors or 2 numbers that if you add you get -2, if you multiply you get -3. So those numbers are -3 and 1. So at this juncture we can rewrite the denominator this way as y squared minus 3xy plus 1xy, then minus 3x squared. So here, what is common between these two? It is y. So you remain with the y minus 3x. So at this particular place, you also have y minus 3x. What is always inside the bracket should be the same when it is factored out. So what do you do to y to get xy? You just multiplied it with the positive x. So when you multiply it with the positive x, we can factorize out. The out one is y plus x. The inside, it is y minus 3x. So after this, we can now combine the two. Combine the numerator, which is xy minus x, y minus 3x over y plus x, y minus 3x. Now there is y minus 3x here, y minus 3x here. So what do you end up with? You end up with xy, but what is common between xy and x? It is x. So you end up with x inside the bracket, y minus 1. Then denominator, it is y plus x. And that is the answer of simplifying this particular equation, this particular expression that you have here. Now we are going to look at the next question. That is the question on indices, question 10. Now, before we look at question 10, we need to know that there are laws of indices attached to this one. The first law says that a to the power of m multiplied by a to the power of n, this one should give us a to the power of m plus n. So what was this before? It means it was 5 to the power of 2x multiplied by 5 to the power of 2. Then subtract 20 multiplied by 5 to the power of 2x, and this one equals to 625. So 5 to the power of 2 is the same as 25. So we are going to let 5 to the power of 2x represent a certain letter. You can take t. So here you're going to have 25t because it's 25 multiplied by t. So it is 25t minus 20 multiplied by t. 20t is equivalent to 625. So it means that 25t minus 20t, it is 5t. So 5t is 625. Divide here by 5, divide here by 5. Now when you do that, you'll find that t is equal to 125. But that is not the value of x. Remember, we need to look for x. So what do? We said 5 raised to the power of 2x should give us t, 125. But what is t in terms of 5? It is the same as 5 raised to 3, or 5 to power 3. So if the bases are the same, then we equate the powers. So it means that 2x equals to 3, divide here by 2, divide here by 2, and find the value of x. If you divide 3 by 2, you get 1.5. The value of x is 1.5. Now, for question 11, equations of a straight line, there is an angle being made. So this angle, we can refer to it as theta. Now to find the angle theta, we normally take the tan inverse of the gradient. You normally take the tan inverse of the gradient. To find the angle made by a certain straight line with the x-axis, you take the tan inverse of the gradient. So rearranging this equation of ours, we are going to have 2y minus 5x equals to 7. So 2y equals to 5x plus 7. I've taken 5x to the right hand side. So divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So it means that the value of y is equals to 5 over 2x plus 7 over 2, or just 3.5. So for us to find theta, theta is going to be the tan inverse of the gradient. The gradient is what? 5 over 2. 5 over 2 is the same as 2.25. And what do we get as the angle in this particular case? It becomes, using a calculator, you get the angle is 68.2 degrees. 68.2 degrees. Next, we want to talk about collinearity. show that the position vector OA, OB, OC show that the point A, B, and C are collinear. Now, for the point A, B, and C, we need first of all to identify point A. Point A, in this particular case, is made up of -1, 7. Then there is point B. Point B is made up of 3, -5. Then there is point C. Point C has only J, which means I is 0. So it is made up of 0, 4. In this particular case, it is made up of 0, 4. So we are going to choose two vectors, two column vectors. You can do AB and then BC, or you can do AB then AC. The choice is yours. So we are going to do AB and BC. So we are going to do AB. AB means B minus A. So if you take B minus A, 3 minus 1 gives us 4. Then -5 minus 7 gives us -12. Then next we are going to do, we can do BC. The bottom line is we are going to share a point. If we do AB, AC, they will share point A. So it means that if we do AB, BC, they will share point B. So in this particular scenario, so BC means C minus B. So 0 minus 3 gives us -3. Then 4 minus 5 gives us 9. So we are going to take a scalar, multiply with either BC or AB, whichever. So we are going to take a scalar K, multiply with AB, and this one should give us BC. So in doing so, we can find the value of K. So if we take K multiplied by AB, K multiplied by AB, which is 4, -12, should give us BC, which is -3, 9. So it means that 4 multiplied by K, 4K should give us -3. So the value of K is equal to -3/4 divided by 4 everywhere. Then on the other side, -12K should give us 9. So divide by -12 both sides, you find that K is equals to -3/4. So you can see that the value of K's are the same, they are equal. They are equivalent. So it means that the vector AB is parallel to the vector BC. So we have proved that they are parallel. And share a common point. And share a common point. So you can see they are sharing point B. Hence, collinear. They share a common point, hence collinear. So for us to prove collinearity, first of all, we must prove that they are parallel. That is by finding the constant K, then the scalar K, then show that they share a common point, and then conclude that they are collinear in this particular case. Now, let us look at number 13. Talking about a bus takes 195 minutes to travel a distance of 2x plus 30 at an average speed of x minus 20. So they want us to calculate the actual distance that was traveled by this particular bus. and the answer should be in kilometers. Now, we know that distance is equals to speed times time. At the same time, we know that speed equals to distance over time. Now, what's the speed of this particular bus? The speed is x minus 20. And this one should give us the distance, which is 2x plus 30 divided by the time. The time is what? The time is 195 minutes over 60. Why? Because it's supposed to be in hours. So when you do out this sum, then it means x minus 20 is equal to 2x plus 30 multiplied by 60 over 195. If you divide by a fraction, is like multiplying with the reciprocal here at this particular place. So if you carry out simplification, find that the value of x is equal to 76 degrees. This one was done earlier on. So don't be surprised how did I get 76. If you multiply 195 both sides, then you carry out simplification, you get that the value of x is 76. So what they want is the distance that was traveled. Distance, it is 2x. So it is 2 times 76, then plus 30. And this one gives us 182 kilometers. 182 kilometers. Now let us move ahead and look at question 14. It was talking about foreign exchange. Foreign exchange. Now, this is a tourist from France. So the tourist who is coming from France has 5,000 euros. So here it is good the learners remember the concept of KFOS and FOCAB. If you are transferring Kenyan money to foreign money, you use the selling column. Foreign money to Kenya, we use the buying column. So this is foreign money. 5,000 euros is foreign money. Purely foreign money. So if it is foreign to Kenya, we use the buying column of euros. 84.15. So how much money in shillings did he get? So this tourist got 5,000 euros multiplied by the buying column 84.15, and this one translates to, putting this on a calculator, gives us 420,750 shillings. Now, while in Kenya, he used 289,850. So how much balance was remaining? So this is he used 289,000. So it is 420,750. That is the money he had. Then he used 289,850. So how much money was remaining? So if you subtract, it was remaining with 130,900. This particular. Then he converted this money back to Japanese yens. So it is Kenya to foreign. So we are going to use the selling column. This is the selling column. So we know that the selling column says what? 65.45 Kenyan shillings is equivalent to 100 yens. 100 Japanese yens. So what about this money that remained? That is 130,900. So this one is 100 multiplied by 130, 900, then divided by 65.45. So this division, if you put it on a calculator very fast, is going to give us 200,000 yens, Japanese yens. This the money that remained in Japanese yens, 200,000 yens. Question 15. This is commercial arithmetic, mostly from one work. Now, there is a radio that is costing $12.40 and it is marked to sell at a profit of 40%. So it means it's going to sell at 140%. So 140% is the same as 140 over 100 times 1240. So putting this on a calculator gives us 1,736 shillings. So it was marked to sell at this money. But now they want to find the selling price when it was sold at 25%. It was taken off this marked price, which means it was sold at 75%. So the selling price is going to be 75% of our marked price, which is 1736. And this one gives us 1,302 shillings. 1,302. Now, next question 16 talks about integral values. These are linear inequalities. Now, here a learner is supposed to see two equations. There is an equation that runs from this end to this end. Another one runs from this end to this end. So we'll do the first one. So when you do this first one, what do we get? We will have negative 5x minus 9 is less than or equal to x plus 3. So if it is less than or equal to x plus 3, so take x to the left hand side. So it becomes negative 5x minus x is less than or equal to, we had 3 here, take 9, so plus 9. So this one simplifies to negative 6x is less than or equal to 12. Divide by negative 6 both sides. The moment you divide with a negative, the inequality symbol changes direction. So it means that x is greater than or equal to negative 2. Tackle the second bit. Second bit says x plus 3 is less than 8. Subtract 3 from both sides, you find that x is less than 5. So the compound statement is x is less than 5, but the same x is greater than negative 2. So for us to list the integral values, so the integral values are what? Starting from negative 2, it is equal to or greater than negative 2. So the integral values are negative 2, move to negative 1, move to 0, move to 1, move to 2, move to 3, then move to 4. We won't go to 5 because it is less than 5. So these are the integral values of this particular inequality. And that was section 1 of Lainnaku 2 Form 4 2025. It was done during the second term, at the end of second term. Thank you for staying tuned, for following the procession of this math. If you need the paper, you can just WhatsApp My WhatsApp number is 0752 227 388. 0752 227 388. It will appear on the screen. Consider following my YouTube channel, that is Math Academy Kenya. Consider also subscribing. All platforms, it is Math Academy _KE. Follow, like, and share. Thank you.